Hey guys, what's going on? Lyrical Persuasion here. Sorry for interrupting your video, but I would like to say this video that you're about to see is old, so it's probably not going to fit the whole YouTube screen because I made this back in September when this movie actually came out. Because if you're hearing me say, oh, yesterday this movie came out, and you're like, no the hell it didn't, that's because this movie came out in September of last year and I never got a chance to upload it to YouTube. But I decided to go ahead and upload this to YouTube, and you're going to be seeing more reviews. You're going to be seeing the call reviews probably today. You're going to see Red Dawn coming up pretty soon, so hopefully you guys will enjoy this video, and thanks again for watching. Later. Um, Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. Well, for those of you who are in morning, it's right now it's like 10 a.m. here where I'm at. But today I would like to talk to you about scary movies, basically. So yesterday, as you all know, or you people that like, I think this is like considered a scary movie. I'm not even sure. But for those of you who like scary movies, those of you Cabin in the Woods came out yesterday. And I went to go pick up my copy of Cabin in the Woods from Best Buy. And yeah, I watched it last night. I can't watch scary movies in the daytime, but I watched it last night and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Interesting. It's different, but the things that were kind of weird and I didn't really understand is just like, how did you create those monsters, like those monsters that are in the glass cage where it's like a zombie, and then there was like a werewolf, and some chick had teeth that like took up her whole entire face, so she had no eyeballs. And there was another guy that was like had a saw right across here, right across there, right across here, had like, I think he had like 3 blades in his face. So I'm like, how did they create these things? And then another thing that like kind of got me was the fact that, okay, during the movie, okay, so they're like talking about upstairs and then they talking about downstairs, and I'm guessing they were in the middle. But I'm like, okay, so these people drove on a road to get to the cabin in the woods, and then so all of a sudden they're in this cabin in the woods, but when they come past, there's like this force field. So I'm like, how the hell did you get that force field there? How did you get that force field there? Because I mean, I'm like, I guess I'm thinking too much of like real life situations, but I'm like, this is kind of like a real life situation, right? You got 5 college students going to a spooky cabin in the woods with a lake by it, and they're gonna get terrified, of course. And so it was like a little tunnel, and as soon as they went through it, there's like this little force field that like blocked them in, sealed them in. So I'm like, what the? So they get there or whatever, and like during the movie or whatever too. So like they showed the guys. And this is kind of weird. Okay, you're like, the house is like, so I'm guessing they built like an underground secret facility where they orchestrate these little things or whatever. So they took their time out to make trees and stuff, or just built it around it, because like right below them, right below the house was like their headquarters or whatever. And that the white dude, I forgot his name, but the pot guy, the dude who smoked pot, him, and that virgin, forgot her name too. I think her name was Dana. I know I just watched it yesterday, but I forgot the names. I just remember he was the pot guy, and that other chick was a virgin. And yeah, so they end up escaping or whatever, and they make it to the elevator, and they go down this little chute and end up into the facility where they were. So they're in the facility fighting and stuff like that, and then eventually they see all these little square boxes where like these little creatures that they created are in there and stuff, and so I'm like, I'm in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, how in the hell did you create this type of stuff? Did you use like a frog or like a human and put like, I don't even know. How do you even make a flipping zombie or somebody with a flipping saws across their head or like teeth around their face? How do you make that? Like, how do you make something like that? It just mind-boggling. So like, I'm thinking, I'm like, how the hell did they make this shit? And like, why would the government, even if it, I don't even know if this was government funded, but why would they even fund like some bullshit like that? I know you hear about aliens and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm like, could this really be happening here in our country? Like, could this like seriously be happening where they have like this little remote place or whatever, and they get people to go there and stuff like that? But I'm like, another thing is too, so I guess I'm like, maybe they tapped their phone or something, because like, how did you know, how did they, because the, wow, theme account is popping up on the screen. How did you know? Okay, so the guy said it was his cousin's cabin. So your cousin basically, did he set you up? Did your cousin set you up for failure? Basically, is that what you're telling me? Cause like he's like, we have my cabin. My cousin have this cabin in the woods. Let's go there, guys. And then like as soon as they leave, there's like this dude on the building talking about some. Oh, the house is empty or some shit. And then you got that creepy guy at the gas station. And there's always a creepy guy in a scary movie. It's funny. Like I don't know why people think that in the middle of nowhere there's gonna be a creepy guy who like smokes, like chews tobacco and shit. Like I don't know, but it's just weird. And the movie was just, I mean, like the movie was good and all. It was like a good story because it's like funny and they're like certain things in there you see like in other scary movies where you find like a diary or something and then you read the little Latin words and then all of a sudden like these mystical bullshits are like happening, like people coming from the ground or like the house starts shaking and different things like that. I'm just like, been there, seen that. Can we come up with something else? I'm like, is that really like what they have? Is like the fate of scary movies or whatever this is it going down the drain? Do you know? That's what I'm just like, is if every movie like is gonna be based off on something like this where there's like you read Latin words and different things like that, then what's to say is gonna happen in the future? Like what's really gonna happen to these type of movies? Because eventually people are gonna get tired of it because you already know. Oh wow, yeah, she found a book. Oh, there's Latin there. Oh my gosh, do not read the Latin. Please do not read the Latin because we know what happens. So that's, I mean, I don't understand, but like I said, the movie it was pretty good. It was interesting because it's just like there's people, little college students going away on a vacation for the weekend and never return. And there's probably always one or two people that survive. I don't remember a movie where there wasn't anybody who survived. Nope, I can't think of one right off the top of my head. But if there is one, please let me know. There may be a movie that the person has survived. I'm like, right now, my mind's drawing a blank. Okay, Cabin in the Woods was it's kind of like that where the teenagers or whatever, they go out on like an adventure or some shit. I think there was a survivor. I'm not sure, but I think one person did survive. Cannot remember, but I think in Cabin in the Woods. I never seen, not Cabin in the Woods. Why am I keep saying Cabin in the Woods? Two people. Well, they didn't survive because like the big ass in the end. There's like a big hand. I don't understand that. Like out of nowhere, there comes this big hand out the earth and goes, poof, and then the movie ends. What kind of ending is that? Like I would at least try to be like, I don't know, escape. I mean, just the big hand just comes out of nowhere and just goes, movie's over. But Cabin Fever, did I say that? Cabin Fever was the one I was talking about. I don't know why I keep saying Cabin in the Woods. I mean, I guess because I just looked at the case and I'm talking about the Cabin in the Woods. But yeah, Cabin Fever. One person. I think one person survived in Cabin Fever. I never seen the second one. But yeah. But that concludes the video. I just wanted to talk about Cabin in the Woods and how, no, I'm not getting paid for endorsing it, but if you like suspenseful or scary type movies, then Cabin in the Woods is a pretty good choice. If you like kind of things that have been pre-washed or redone situations. But I think this is like the first scary one where it's like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. I think this is like the first one where they actually like put it on their own home base and drug people to come to like this place and do it. Cause I remember there was one, but I think that was not Hostel, but anyways, we'll get back to that. But I just wanted to tell you guys about the Cabin in the Woods. If you like scary movies, or I don't know if this is a scary movie, but this is a pretty good movie. It's right now on sale for like $18.99 at Best Buy, and you get a digital copy as well that works with iTunes. And no, I am not getting paid for endorsing this movie, but if you guys want to go out and buy it, you can go out and buy it. It's a pretty good movie, like I said, but you don't have to if you don't want to. You can always rent it at Redbox. If you don't want to go out and spend the $20 on it, you can always go and pay $1.28, I think it is now, to watch it on Redbox. I can't remember. I don't know how much it is for Blu-ray, but I know standard DVD is $1.28. The last time I checked, it's still $1.28. But yeah, this concludes our video, and I'm Lyrical Rain signing out. Peace.